We are live. We are live. It caught me unawares because I was watching the I was watching the live, and of course that's about 4 or 5 seconds behind. So welcome everybody to Poly Live Weekly News for the 20th of July. Welcome. It's great to see some new people staring back at me through my camera. David's free headset has clearly brought in the crowds today. So welcome if you are new here. This is Poly Live Weekly News. We do this every Monday, 3 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. CET, 10 a.m. Eastern, and whatever time it is for you in the world. I want to bring on my green room so you can see exactly who we've got on the show today. So let's bring that up. From left to right, we have Laura Marks. Laura, where are you? I don't know. Where are you in the States?
I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, so it's not an early morning West Coast for you. It's a not too bad East Coast.
Very relaxing 10 a.m.
Oh, great. And Mr. Danto in the middle. How are you doing?
Good morning, Neil. I'm playing with my Voyager Focus headset, and I've got a brand new boxed one that we're going to give away to somebody in the very near future. So if we get some good questions, we'll give it away to someone in North America.
Keep David busy in the chat, everybody. And then on the right of the picture, a special guest today. This is, and I'm not an expert in hairdryers, but apparently Wal, I don't even know how you pronounce it. They make good hairdryers, apparently. So Mr. or Mrs. Wal Hairdryer will be joining us later on. More on that later, so stick around to the end. So competition time later, and as I say, make sure you get some questions in for David in the chat, and then we'll announce that next week. But keep him busy. Tell us where you are, what you're doing, and what you'd like to see on upcoming shows. Let me roll the credits and we will get onto it. So as I mentioned, this is Poly Live Weekly News. We do this every Monday. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There is also a link in the description with a calendar invite, so you can stick it in your calendar to make sure that you are here every Monday. We get different guests on, both internally at Poly and externally in the industry. And talking of guests, I'm going to get my first guest out. I need to give David a bit of a nudge because he's forgotten.
Yeah, I was typing. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, come on, there we go. Let's get our first guest out. Laura, it is very professional, Laura. I know this is your first time here, but it is a professional outfit.
I feel right at home.
It's excellent. So Laura Marks, Vice President of Global Alliances and Partner Marketing. Welcome to Poly Live Weekly News. Tell our audience a little bit about you. I've been working, you're from my side of the fence, from a historic point of view. So tell us a little bit about your history at Polycom, Plantronics.
Sure. So as of October, I will have been with the company 10 years. So I grew up on the Polycom side of the house in a variety of different roles within marketing and within the line of business, starting in small, medium business and focused on growing that segment, and then moved very quickly into the alliances. So I really spent most of my career at Polycom in the alliance marketing, so working very closely with Microsoft and Zoom. And then about a year and a half ago, also took over the broader product marketing team. And so really focusing on all of our solutions, and just love the industry, love the partners, love our customers, and just have so much fun with these great products.
That's great. And how's lockdown for you in Boston? I know it's the US is a bit of a kind of hodgepodge of different states with different challenges. What have your challenges been, trying to work from home?
So, well, I have worked from home for many, many years, but who hasn't been in my house up until lockdown is my husband and my 3 children. So it's been a rowdy, but also very, very safe environment. So, I'm managing all of the same challenges that everybody is, from the standpoint of, kids coming in my office needing necessities like paper clips for random, situations, or someone can't find a sock and needs mom to, go find the sock, or, today's challenge, which was setting up backyard camp for my 5 and 6-year-old. So, it's we're hanging in there, but fortunately staying safe and sane is all relative, but we're hanging in.
I saw another great the BBC, the UK channel. They had there was that one a while back where there was a guy being interviewed and the kid ran in and the au pair grabbed the kid. There's a new one, and there's a work at home mother, and she's got her daughter behind, and she's putting his picture on the rack, and the even the news can you introduce your daughter? And the daughter, hello, what's your name? It was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
So yeah, it's.
I did actually do a webinar with Zoom a couple months back, and my 5-year-old son made a cameo in the back, uninvited, but fortunately he's very cute. So people responded well, and it was in the very beginning of lockdown. So I think everybody was in the same position, and so it was a little bit of comic relief, and we're all in this together messaging. So.
Absolutely. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about our alliances. So I think, traditionally we've always been, when you said, Poly or Polycom or even Plantronics alliances, it's always been Microsoft. So I guess we should start there. So how does it work? What do our partners need to do, and how does it work from the product alliances point of view?
Sure. So we've been partnered with Microsoft in a very strategic way for over 15 years now. The alliance really stems all the way from a deep engineering alliance all the way to a go-to-market strategy and alliance there. So, from an engineering point of view, our engineers are, in the labs with the Microsoft engineers, really making sure that our products are integrating in a very seamless experience. So if you have a headset and you press mute on your headset, it mutes your Teams experience, and so on and so forth across the gamut. And then really on all the way to the go-to-market side, so that when the Poly team and the Microsoft team are out in the market together, we have the same messaging, and we have the same value propositions that we are sharing with our customers and our partners, so that it really comes across as one single entity, so that we're really meeting our customers where they are, needing that end-to-end experience. So, that's when we say alliance, that's really what we mean. We mean, deep engineering and also across the gamut, marketing, sales, all in the interest of delivering consistent and cohesive value.
Yeah, I mean, the Microsoft one has been around for a long time, back to the old Link days, and then now Skype for Business, Business, and now Teams. And it kind of, I've seen a kind of switch change on the product side, that we're kind of becoming more kind of like Apple. We're creating the hardware and the operating system, and then we've got these apps that are kind of running on, like the Teams app and the Zoom apps that are now running on things like the X series. So it really is kind of growing in maturity with regards to the way in which we're partnering with these ecosystems alliances.
That's right. And, we're meeting customers where they are. So we have customers that are absolutely committed to a native Teams experience. And those customers need the seamless Teams experience, whether they're on their headset or their desk phone or their dedicated video device. It needs to look, feel, and be Teams.
Yep.
They want to walk into a conference room, maybe not now, but in the future, and it's got to be they want to waste no time trying to figure out how to join a meeting. So that's got to be the native experience. And we have the same on the Zoom side, right? More and more, as users are getting more comfortable, more familiar with Zoom, they are understanding the value of video. And when they join a video call or a video experience, it's got to look, feel, sound, and be Zoom. And, from an IT side, they have got to be able to manage it like any of their Zoom users or their Zoom endpoints. And so, Poly has really made the commitment to deliver on those native experiences in partnership with our ecosystem alliance partners.
Nice. Okay. And obviously we're talking about Zoom and Teams, and I know we can't talk about NDA and things like that, but this is something that we're looking to expand and to add others into this, or are we just going to stick with Zoom and Teams without giving away any secrets or names?
Yeah, no, we are expanding. We have shared some of those partners with a variety of partners, and again, it's really meeting the market where it is, and probably if there is a customer out there using an ecosystem platform and looking for that native experience, we're probably working with them to deliver on it now. And that's really where we want to go. We've, Poly has always been agnostic in many ways. Just take a look at the phone side, right? Working with a variety of service providers to deliver, the customized and that experience for the service provider partners. And, when it's a phone, it's a Poly phone, but it's got to run that software of the service provider service. And, and that's really always been the way that we've operated, especially on the phone side. And now video is becoming much more similar to that in the needs of our partners and our end users.
All right, excellent. And from the partner marketing side of things, there's quite a few resellers and partners I know that actually watch this. I mean, what are we doing to kind of grow that, kind of adding the headsets on and adding, the additional capabilities on? Are we growing heavily in that side of the business as well from a partner marketing point of view?
We absolutely are. There's a new partner program with a new partner portal. So we are very much committed to making it much easier for our partners to market with us, to reach their end users, and to be able to leverage the heavy lift that Poly is investing in marketing and in messaging, to be able to just leverage that and hopefully make it really easy for our partners to convey the value and to meet their end users where they are.
And I know we have like joint marketing programs, and again, I'm guessing some of the alliance stuff as well will start to feed into that as well. And again, through
absolutely.
the new portal that's now launched and live and running, and people should be hooking up and getting involved in that.
Absolutely. If someone isn't aware of it or needs help, they can certainly reach out, because it has been a colossal effort to just streamline operations and make it easier for our partners.
And that's now across the board, isn't it? So what traditionally was the legacy Plantronics and legacy, but it's now all wrapped into a single partner marketing program.
We are one. Yes, there is one. So no longer do our partners have to, straddle and participate in two different programs. So we are very pleased and hopefully making it much easier to do business with us.
Very cool. I'm going to grab Mr. Danto. He's been on the questions and the Q&A. Mr. Danto, can you Danto to the floor, please?
I'm here.
There he is.
Working on like 3 or 4 keyboards at the same time. Sorry about that.
You are like an octopus of social media.
Well, Laura, we've got a lot of questions in the chat that I'm not going to ask you, because they're all forward-looking about when are you going to add X.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That's good.
So before I ask you the question that I will ask you, I will throw in one that I guess is fair about all those people asking. Can you comment on the nature of the partnership? I mean, it's got to be more than we at Poly saying we're going to add blank. It needs to be something where the platform or the other entity wants to be on our platform as well.
That's right. I mean, it's definitely a push-pull, right? The market is driving the demand, and they're driving the demand through these alliance partners. I think because the market is responding so well to the Studio X, for example, it's such a flexible video solution that is just delivering at a quality in the voice and video side at a price point that really hasn't been seen in the industry. There's certainly a lot of interest from these alliance partners to develop their app on Studio X. And so, we are working very diligently to accommodate this. We want to have these partners develop, their platform on our devices.
So tell us a little bit about the Poly DNA around this whole idea. I mean, I'm in the collaboration industry now 4 decades. My God, it's been forever. Most of the players in the space have always said, we want you on our platform, in our little corner of the cloud, and you can't go with anybody else, and you must use this, and you must stay with us, otherwise you're not going to get a good experience. What's the Poly DNA? What's the thinking behind opening up a platform for multiple entities to be on and giving the users that choice?
Yeah, I mean, we're committed to delivering the best experience for our end users, end stop. And in some cases, the best experience will be having that native experience, whether it is an exclusive experience for Teams or an exclusive experience for Zoom. At the same time, we understand that customers sometimes need to pivot on their collaboration strategies. And we also want to be good partners to these end users. And so we don't want to put them in a situation where they're going to need to rip and replace, right? So we're kind of the anti of some of our competition from that regard. And because we have created this platform, for example, in Studio X, that does have this innate flexibility, we are making it possible so that our customers do have the protection to always get the best experience no matter which direction they go with their collaboration partners.
Great. So it looks like there are only 2 other questions here that I can answer from all the social channels that I'm monitoring. One of them is, Neil, they don't understand why you're not wearing a Poly shirt, but we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to go and change?
The other question is, and again, I've edited out the 15 questions that I'm not going to give to Laura because we don't want to.
Okay. We'll look at those later, David.
But I'll group them all into one and say, are there going to be more announcements from Poly this year?
Yes.
So people can be expecting to hear news about partners and things.
People can expect to hear both from us and from the partner community around new platforms that will be supported on Studio X. So I'm excited to look at those questions and to see what people are asking for. But we do want to hear from our partners and our end users. I mean, what are we missing? Where, who are those up and coming collaboration solutions that we should look to support going forward?
Yeah, I'll take a cut and paste of the chat and send it to you. I'm sure you're
okay, good.
With the names.
That's great.
Yeah, I'll throw by. It's not really a question; it's more of a statement. It's something that I hear as like a frequently asked question, where will it do X? Why can't it do Y? And ask all these questions about features and functionalities in either Microsoft or Zoom. And it is a challenge for us because, again, we're making the hardware and we're making the operating system. In most cases, we're not creating the apps, and it's not our place to share Microsoft's roadmap or Zoom's roadmap. That's their roadmap. That's their intellectual property. So we are kind of in this kind of careful balancing position when people say, well, can I have this feature? Can I have that function? And again, we have to be very, very, transparent in the fact that, a lot of this stuff is going to be driven by either Microsoft's development program from a feature point of view rather than from a Poly point of view. So we just have to be very open about that it's a challenge I get all the time. Why can't I do this? Or what about this? Can we add that? And it's like, well,
we're working.
Try, you have to talk to Microsoft or Zoom rather than us. Excellent.
Right. And I think we're in a fortunate position where, because we are so deeply connected with them on the engineering level, we can influence some of those development areas. So it is always good to share, with your Poly representative or your account manager. And we are working with them daily. And so, certainly there are some times where we can share, future elements of the development. Other times, of course, yes, it is solely up to the Microsoft or the Zoom. But we all have the same intention, and that is to deliver the best experience possible to our end users.
Neil, 2 more questions came in for you.
For me? Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming the one why your shirt is so small is another question that you're going to have to take on at some point. But the one that's more technical was the idea of this platform we're talking about. This one that allows for joint development of apps and partners being on it. How long did it take to build this platform? I mean, it's not something that came up out of our back pocket with.
No, I think we've been working on it for a while, and it was certainly when Tom Poirot, I don't want to talk on his behalf, we talk about the boss, but he came in with this vision and strategy and looked at our portfolio and said we really need to simplify the way in which we work. We had a development stack on Trio, a development stack on the phones, and one on Group Series, and Tom really came in and wanted to streamline everything and have this Poly OS as a standardized operating system that would be across the portfolio, X30, X50, and even potentially on some of our other products. And then these apps can sort of drop in. the way I say talk to customers about it and try and explain it is a bit like Apple. We make beautiful hardware, iPhone, iPad, whatever. We have the X30, X50, G7500. We have PolyOS, and then we have these apps that you can just run as that native experience on these devices. And Tom really wanted to come in and streamline and simplify that whole development. So I guess, when did it come in? It came in when Tom joined us 18 months ago, I guess, and really kind of drove that strategy.
Also, to channel what Tom says all the time, he really wants to have a much shorter development cycle for all new products.
Yeah, totally.
So, I'm not gonna quote him specifically, and we'll have to get him on a future show.
I know, it's going to happen.
The idea to delivery to be less than a year in most cases.
Yeah, no, totally. And again, I think the challenge of developing on different silos, it was very, very long from a development cycle. And now with PolyOS and now with the new products, the time to market is much more. I mean, Darren was talking last week about the product development cycle and just trying to get things out as quickly as we can in these different form factors. Again, Studio USB as the bring your own device, Studio X30 for small rooms, X50 for large rooms, and then G7500 if you want to go crazy with microphones and cameras and all that kind of good stuff. And more, again, I can't give away any secrets, but more will be coming. You can tell by Laura's grin that there's some cool stuff that's coming down the line.
Stay with the program. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So was that it, David?
Yeah, no other questions other than your clothing and hair choices. Everything else is. I
hope that wasn't directed at me.
No, it's purely at Neil.
It's me, blimey. Okay, we'll get names and numbers later, David. Laura, thank you ever so much for joining us this morning. I say it's not that early. Normally you get West Coasters on, so 10 o'clock's not too bad for you. But so thanks for coming in and helping out, and I'm sure we'll get you back on very, very soon. Right, so that was Laura Marks from our Alliances and Marketing team. We're going to get Mr. Danto back on. I can see him. I can see him chuckling. So
I have to admit to you that managing the questions today has been very difficult. Not just because we're giving away headsets, but primarily because we're a lot of people are asking us, when's the next announcement coming? When's the next platform that you're going to have on there? What's the newest product you're going to bring out? And my mouth, my teeth, my tongue is bloody from biting on all the inside secrets.
Well, there's a very easy answer to that, David, and to you, all of our Poly Weekly News viewers. Book a session, book an NDA session with myself, with Sam Kennedy, with Mr. Danto or one of your SEs or SAs, and they can talk you through under NDA some of the vision and strategy moving forward. It's not something we can put out on a public event like this, unfortunately, but rest assured there is some exciting stuff coming. And again, book up a one-to-one session and we'll happily run that through with you. David, what's the deal with the headset? What do we have to do? We're going to extend this out a bit and let it run.
We've had one question from somebody in North America.
Really?
The question was unfortunately about your shirt, but I can't back out now. So I will, unless another question comes in from somebody in the U.S. I will be sending her the headset, and I already have her address. So
I know who that is.
But yeah, you're looking at the chat, so you know. But you know what? The folks in EMEA are getting upset. They're not aware of how many headsets I gave away at ISC this year and everything else. So we're going to have to come up with something to give away to our European.
I do have. I mean, I've got toys on my shelf as well. So maybe I need to go through my my cupboard and maybe if people want giveaways, again, tell us what you want on Poly Live Weekly News. Do you want giveaways? Do you want industry analysts? Do you want partners? Do you want customers? Who do you want to see in the future? Let us know. This is your show. I'm just here as merely a patsy to try and keep it. Well, actually, no, David keeps it under control.
You're operating the controls.
Yeah, exactly.
So Patsy, what's this hairdryer that I was sharing the stage with?
The hairdryer. Okay, so let's get you off, and I guess let's finish with the final segment here. I said that we were going to try and pull off a live demo because for the feedback I've had is people love a live demo on Poly Live Weekly News. And again, this is live. This is real. There's no, when I did it in my kitchen, that was live. When we had Stephen on from his bedroom, that was live. There's no safety nets. It is real. So I'm going to call up a very good friend and let's see if they are ready. Bonjour. Oh, hang on. She's not ready. Hang on.
Oh, you've been blabbing for so long. I was actually just finishing blow drying my hair as well. I'm sorry.
Your hair is now scorched from blow drying.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going on, Ophelie.
Well, you know what? I had to listen to what you guys were talking about. It was really interesting, and I had to take some notes. But I also had to dry my hair, so I just kept my beautiful black wire 8225 on my head, and just blew dried my hair at the same time. I don't think you heard much of it.
No, well, it didn't come through. So turn it on one more time for us. Let's have a listen.
There you go.
So there you go. The hairdryer is on. When it obviously goes across the mic, but I think hopefully
you can definitely see that it's on.
Yeah. So talk while it's on. Don't blow it towards the mic.
So yeah. So there's a technology embedded in my headphone that's called the acoustic fence.
Mm-hmm.
So literally all the noise that is outside of the boom is been taken away from being retransmitted into the call. So I can be talking to you listening to heavy metal or Ukrainian rap music, which I adore.
Your favorite.
And you won't be listening to it or hearing anything.
That's awesome.
It was live, okay?
Yeah, it was. It really was live. Now, I was thinking, I was talking to Ophelie a bit earlier, and whether we could do a live weekly demo slot and get Ophelie on.
C'est mon travail. C'est mon job.
There you go. So I came up with a great name, the Ophelie Good Demo, which was a play on words that I came up with. But if you could think of a better, name for this this regular feature on Poly Live Weekly News, where we'll get Ophelie on to demo something.
Sure. Tell us what you want to see too, because we can do a lot of things together with Neil. We do TV shows together quite a lot. So
absolutely.
Neil, can I interrupt by voice just for a second? You don't need to put me on.
Okay, go on, David.
Just want to, you're what we call in the States burying the lead here. The acoustic fence, the noise block, it knocked out the dryer. A lot of technology on the market can give you noise block, but it blocked out the noise while you were talking.
Yeah.
It didn't mute the noise. It actually filtered the noise and let the communication come through. Nobody else has got that.
No.
That's an amazing thing. You got to really explain that. It's not just ducking the sound or muting the sound. It's filtering it out, which is it's awesome. I got to get one of those.
Yeah, it's on my.
I know everybody
Christmas
does. I'm one of the only ones in Europe to have it. I actually did a demonstration for
I don't have one.
A team in Hong Kong because they don't have it either. So yes, I'm very privileged. I'm keeping it.
We need to come up with intriguing new ways to demo the acoustic fence. I think the hairdryer is just great because you get the visual of the hair going, but you can't hear the hairdryer unless it actually goes over the element. And I think
actually, yes. I mean, if I, as part of the demonstration, usually what I do is that I disconnect the headset and I do the same thing with the microphone and the speaker from the computer, and it's really horrible. So yes, it's, as you mentioned, David, you can talk through the noise. And obviously, I mean, we don't go blow drying our hair, in meetings, but for so many of us that are still working from home, Laura was mentioning the children, the noise, you can have people blow dry, mowing their lawn. I'm working actually straight above railroad tracks with a lot of freight trains going by. There are 3 crazy dogs barking all the time. And I know that I can talk to you and I don't have to go on mute all the time. All the noise is going to be filtered out.
Yeah, I think the word is suppress. I mean, David came on previously, David Bryant, on our CTO, and was talking about these kind of technologies. And the fact is, as you say, it tries to block it out. You'll hear a little bit, and again, certainly when the wind goes across the element, you will hear it. Now, Michelle has asked if you could do the demo just one last time, but in French.
En français, bien sûr, je peux faire en français. Puedo hacerlo en español también. Okay. I can do a few more demonstrations in different various languages, but I have to be ready for it.
Okay, give us the demo one last time.
Okay, in Italiano, but I like Spanish a lot. So there you go. So you can see that I'm definitely blow drying it. I had my grandmother's fan, but it's actually very dangerous because it's so old. The blades are not protected at all. So I'm actually worried it's going to get caught in my hair.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That would be terrible.
It would make good TV. Though.
That would be live emergency demo. Yeah, you would be seeing French firemen. Could be interesting too.
Very good, very good. Hopefully, thank you for that live demo
welcome.
this afternoon. Thank you everybody for joining us on Poly Live Weekly News this week. A bit of fun, and so we'd like to have you here regularly. So please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell notification, add the calendar item to your Outlook calendar. It's there in the video description. Share it out, get other people involved, bring your customers, bring your partners, your colleagues along for the ride. We've got some interesting ones coming up. We've also got some pre-records because I'm going to take some time off at some point over the summer, but I will get a schedule out and let you know what is coming out next week. And I will see you, if not before, next Monday, same time on Poly Live Weekly News.